Hey everybody, Blackacre here again for the next lesson in this lesson series. Today we're covering Metabolic, and I'm just going to say this right off the bat. This one is not for the faint of heart. Now that I'm finished every song on the Iowa record, as of today, my Iowa song cover is finished, so I've learned the whole record, and in my opinion, this is the hardest one. Not only do you have an insane riff right off the bat that takes a lot of dexterity and muscle memorization, and just a lot of left and right hand accuracy. It takes a lot to get through the whole song. It's a lot of down picking that is what makes a song sound great. All of those riffs that are aggressive, obviously down picking sounds really good. And this is one of the ones where I really notice that they don't play to a click track. It's really hard to get it, how they play it on the record. So for a multitude of reasons, this is not an easy one. If you're looking for an easy lesson, I would recommend some of my other lessons, something like Diluted. But we're gonna tackle this one. As with all of my lessons, this is just me teaching to the best of my ability, and I will include videos for where I got the reference from. So we're in drop B, just straight up drop B. And yeah, let's get into it. So this, oh boy, I don't even know how I'm gonna show this first riff, but Joey kicks it off with a really hard snare hit, and then comes one of the most sidewindy, crazy riffs in Slipknot's discography. So here we go. This is what it sounds like. I'm just gonna play it slow. So that's pretty much it. It just repeats. So what we're doing there is, sorry, just adjusting the microphone. We're going chromatically down 6-5-4, and these are all gonna be. There's parts where you could just, when you're coming back up, you just hit the one note and it's gonna sound good. But for the most part, this is gonna be all on the, like, double stop. So it's gonna be the 6th and 5th string for these, and then it's gonna be the 5th and 4th strings for these guys. And most of it takes place within 6, 5, and 4, and then you're gonna go up to this, which I'll talk about. So anyway, so it's 6-5-4, low 2 strings. And then 4th fret on the 5th and 4th strings, so slow. And then we have, so 5-4 on the low 2 strings, so far. And then you're gonna move up and do 6-5 on the low 2 strings, so far. Then you're going to do 5 on the 5th and 4th strings. Oops, sorry, 5th and 4th strings. And then back down to the 6th fret. Again, this, I feel like you could play single note and it's going to sound good, but I like doing the power chords to just get that chunk in there. So far we have this. And then you're going to do the same thing, but 4 on the 5th and 4th strings, and then 5. The tab book said 6, but that didn't sound right to me, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to me either, just from a riff writing standpoint. They do this thing a lot. If you think of Eyeless, or sorry, that's in Metabolic, but they, just this, that evil sounding thing, so to me, like going, that doesn't make any sense. And I'll put video where I see Jim doing what I am doing. You're gonna go 5 on the 5th and 4th strings, to 6 on the 6th and 5th strings, then 4 on the 5th and 4th strings, and 5 on the 6th and 5th strings to kind of condense that. So all together, we have this so far, slow. Another thing is to get the, palm muting versus the ringing open notes, but you can just watch my right hand for that. Okay. And then we're going to go up chromatically, so 4, 5, 6 now instead of 6, 5, 4. And then this is another place where I was like, I got to look into this, because the tabs say 6 on the 5th string, 6 on the 4th string, which didn't really make a lot of sense to me, because that would just be, it's inversion of just, and that doesn't sound right. So one of the notes sounded right to me, but the other one didn't. And again, I'll include video, but I could see Jim dropping his pinky down, and it is indeed this E-flat shape power chord, if we were in standard tuning, of course, at the 6th fret, 5th string, but then the 8th fret of the 4th string. All right. And then you're going to run that down back chromatically, so 6, 5, 4. All right, again, everything so far. And then it's going to be 6, 5, 4, 5 on the low 2, and then that's where the 5, 4 comes in on the 5th and 4th string. You finally end the phrase. So everything slow. All right, so that just repeats. And then at the very end, it's going to cut off. You're just going to do, that part's just going to be 4, 5, 6 on the low 2 strings, and then that E-flat shape power chord on the 6th fret, 5th string, 8th fret, 4th string. All right, so let's move on. This is going to be a long lesson. There's a lot of parts. So, all right, so next you're going to do a nice slide, and then it's going to be 4, 3, 2, 1, a nice little another chromatic rundown, palm muted, and then this is that evil thing I was talking about. So this is the 5 on the 5th string, 6 on the 6th string, 4 on the 5th string, 5 on the 6th string. So slow. Okay. Pretty cool. It sounds a lot easier than it is, believe me. That's a lot of Slipknot stuff in general. It takes a lot to play this, and especially to write this. So anyway, I'm kind of preaching to the choir on that one. So next up, we have the main riff. That's going to sound like this. Okay. So what that is, it's more chromaticism, if you will. So it's just going to be 3, 2, 1, open on the 6th string. And then again, we're going to do that evil dissonant. But this time it's going to be 1 on the 5th string, 2 on the 6th string, open on the 5th string, 1 on the 6th string. So real slow. And then the second time, this is really cool. I like this riff a lot. And this is another one where I had to really study some live videos. So anyway, so far we have, that's the first part of the riff. The second time you're going to go 3, 2, 1 on the low 6th string, but no open. You're just going to go straight to that first note on the 5th string. And then you're going to play 6, the same thing you did, 1 on the 5th string, 2 on the 6th string, open on the 5th string, and then 1 on the 6th string, but you're going to hammer onto the 3rd and then just loop that. So altogether, both parts sound like this. right, that brings us into the next part. This is really cool. This kind of reminds me of like a volume 3 thing where they would, like Jim does the first fret a lot and then goes up to the, whatever that is, 13th fret. So you're coming out of that riff. You're going to use that hammer on it, go back to the first fret. It's going to be like this. Okay, I'm just going to repeat that. So it's going to be just stabs on the first fret, low 2 strings. And you're going to throw a nice slide up. To the 13th fret and give it a nice wiggle. Yeah, that's going to repeat. That's probably the simplest part of the song. You get the idea. And then the next part, I don't know, it doesn't matter what it's considered, but I kind of consider it like 2 parts of the chorus, or this might be a pre-chorus, whatever. But, you know, the part where the pinch harmonic comes in and the chromatic chords up is going to be this. So you're going to start with a nice pinch harmonic on the 3rd fret of the low 6th string. You have to listen to the record to get the exact note on that. But it's something like that. This part. So, so what that is just you're going to do 2 strums on each chord and then open. So I like down picking this, and you see Jim mix it up sometimes. He'll do it down picked or sometimes alternate, but I like it just gives it a, you know, a more of a sense of urgency, and especially the second part of the chorus. I'll get to that, but that sounds really gnarly too. So it sounds like this, up to speed. Okay, so all that is just 6, and then 7, 8, 9, and then slide up to 13. So it's actually harder to play slow than it is fast. But anyway, we're going to do... At 9, you're not going to do the opens, though. You're just going to go from 9 straight to 13. So, one more time. Then you're going to interrupt that by throwing another pinch harmonic down at the 3rd fret on the 6th string. And then this time when you go up, you're going to slide down, and then this is where that, I don't know, second part of the chorus comes in. That part. So again, this part sounds cool, down picked, and to me this sounds like just apocalyptic. Like that. So it's going to be 1st fret, low 2 strings, 4 strums, and then 3 on the low 2 strings, 2 on the low 2 strings, and then 2 open. So it's real quick, so you can barely even make out the notes. Then what you're going to do is this kind of extended power chord that Jim uses sometimes. So that's going to be just going to be 2, 3, 4 that he's going to run up. Mick's playing the low notes, and Jim's going to play 2 on the 6th, 5th, and 4th strings, and then with your ring finger, you're going to play the 4th fret of the 3rd string, and then 5th fret of the 2nd string. So that sounds like this. And you're just going to move that same shape. Don't move any fingers. Just move your hand up to 3 and then 4. So slow, that part sounds like this. Okay. Which brings us into that second verse, which is going to be the same thing as the riff we played earlier. The that thing, you're just going to play that, but then at one point you're just gonna hit the stabs on the low 2 strings, palm muted. So just 4, 3, 2, 1. And then at some point it's gonna go that part again. So you're gonna have to listen to the record for that. I'm not gonna spend too much time on that, but since I already showed that riff. But then it's gonna go into another chorus, and then after that, it's gonna do this just weird. I thought originally there was a guitar part, and I was searching everywhere. I thought there was a riff going on, but then I listened to it. I'm like, oh, that's just harmonic. So what he's doing basically is just now it's gonna be, I'm sure it was just a random thing in the studio, but what I hear to my ear is I'm hearing that a lot. So I just put my hand over the kind of first, second, and third frets, but I have my ring finger pretty much over that third fret just to sound that. So, all right, and then Joey's gonna do his drum fill, and then it's gonna do that again. And then the third time, it's like a start and stop thing. It's like what I heard was like in the middle of that third fret, not on the fret, but like literally in between the frets, like right where your dot marker is on your third fret, on the top of the neck. So, and again, this is me just being insane and going super detective mode, but you can literally just go like whatever, it's gonna sound fine. So it's all three. It's gonna do the drum thing, come back, then the third time. All right, and then this is a cool part. So you're gonna go. I just slide down from the 13th fret on the low 6 string. All right, this is that part. So then 4, and these are all what was that, like triplets? Most of them triplets, and then there's some 2s in there. That's another reason why this is confusing. It's just a lot of different timing stuff, I think. I'm not an expert when it comes to time signatures, but it seems a little weird, especially the opening. But anyway, so 13, 4, 2, 5, 1, 6. That's all on the low string, so slow. And then 6 on the 5th fret. It's the same as up here, but I like using that for the slide, and then using this because it's kind of convenient, because everything else is within those first 6 frets, and also with the power chords. I like doing that, and Jim does it, so it's good enough for me. So anyway, that's that part. Then it's going to stop on that 5th fret power chord, low 2 strings. And then now we're going to get into the tremolo picking section of it, which is those same exact notes, but I like using the 13th fret up here just to keep it on the 6th string. So that's just going to be... Okay, same notes. And then Jim's lead's going to come in. So that's going to be just tremolo picked this whole time. And that's going to be 12, or sorry, that's 11 on the B string, or 2nd string. And then 7 on the 3rd string. 4 on the 3rd string. 8 on the 3rd string. And then 3 on the 3rd string. That's going to repeat. I'll just play it a lot less strums so you get an idea of just how it sounds like. All right, and then the last time, you're just gonna do, it's gonna slide up to the 15th fret of the G string, and then throw an octave in there. Up to speed. All right, and then this is the part where it's those same notes that we played, right? It's just going to be power chord versions of that. And you're going to want, this is another like subtle nuance thing. That power chord is going to be 2, so you're going to match Joey's drum on that. That type of thing. But there is one point where that so much for memories part is going to cut off when you get to up to the 6th fret. So, and then it rejoins on the 2nd fret of the low 2 string. So it's just another little tricky thing they threw in there to make it even easier on us. I'm just kidding. It sounds awesome and hits really hard. So yeah, that's that part, and that's gonna come back in at the end. And another little part, you're gonna, the last time you do that, it's gonna be Jim's gonna stab the low 2 strings. It's gonna be 1, 2, 4, and then 3. All right, so that's right before the very, towards the end of the song, and that's gonna come in the pre-chorus part. That last one is gonna come in with no pinch harmonic, and yeah, that's pretty much the song. You're gonna play that chorus out, and then it ends with that pattern that I showed you earlier. Which is awesome, but live they end it with the big, which is very satisfying because my ear tells me that wants to resolve to that B. But that's okay. It's very effective on the album. Anyway, that was Metabolic. I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. My next lesson is for purity. If you've made it this far, please subscribe. And, please subscribe regardless. But if you made it this far, please follow me on Instagram where you can vote for the lessons. I keep my cover schedule pretty strict, but I like to, obviously get your guys' feedback on some stuff and give you guys what you want to see. So that's where the lessons come in. And every so often I will put head-to-head to songs that people have asked me for lessons, and you guys can vote on that, and that's how I decide the next lesson. So this one was more my decision just because it's a really hard song and I didn't see a lot of info out there on it. But for future reference, the voting thing is what I'm going to do. So thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.